Good evening. It being after 6 p.m., I'll call this April 12th meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. If everybody would please stand and join me in saluting the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first up. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from January 18th, January 25th, executive session number 1 from January 25th, executive session number 2 for January 25th, February 23rd open meeting, and March 1st open meeting.
So moved.
And I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nope. Moving on to warrants. I'll entertain a motion to approve payroll warrant number 21 for $347,909.55. Payroll warrant number 21A for $2,530. School warrant number 1049 for $103,654.29. CDG, that should be BG, right? CDBG grant warrant number 1050 for $54,625.90, and general warrant number 1051 for $63,074.08.
So moved.
And I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Financial items, debt exclusion for fire highway architect? Oh.
I just been on the phone trying to get that all squared away and have something to give you. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Good.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is to move forward. I just got off the phone with the architect and John Kuchar. And what John would like to see some specs and drawings eventually for everything. But right now, the way it stands, we have the architect still under contract from the fire station build, Tecton, Jack Mulvey. So he will, the biggest building we have to draw up is the fire station because of the electrical in the rooms and the heating and everything.
Hmm.
So he's willing to do the conceptual drawings and give us the professional estimates on that building for the money that roughly the money we have already that we were going to use for the owner's project manager. We had roughly about $9,528.26.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah, I think you are.
Okay, so that figure's stuck in my head. So I just got off the phone that he will do that, because that's the one we need the best estimate on because of all the changes in the building.
Mm-hmm.
He agreed to do for us, local contractors can give us numbers on this building, the old highway, and the Hucks, and get the estimates from local contractors, give him those numbers. He will bring them for free, or part of it, to his professional estimators to make sure that those numbers are in sync. So then we would have a figure to go forward with to the debt exclusion.
Mm-hmm.
And he would then add the little bit of cost that's needed at the debt exclusion to give us plans and specifications for the other two buildings. That would be included in that portion,
Mm-hmm.
along with the final drawings of the fire station. So that would get the whole thing rolling. What could throw it off is whether or not, and again, I talked to Jason again today, whether you do the wash bay and everything, because if we do that, that's gonna throw us into another whole addition down there that would probably have to be architecturally drawn up at this point. And talking to Jason, he said he had spoke to you, and that whatever they decide to do at this point. But if we wanna move forward with the money we have available, other than tapping into anything, trying to tap into any other funding to get the estimates done, at this point, what we have, we could get all three buildings with the numbers to go to the town. And then
Excluding the wash bays.
No,
Kind of.
excluding the wash bay, yes, correct. Now, with that said, I mean, we could add that into the debt exclusion and have them draft that up later too,
Right.
which is, now we're getting into more detailed plans, so, you know, I told Jason, I don't wanna speak for him, you know, and he said, no, whatever's decided, cause we just spoke about an hour ago on the phone, I says, I wanna support all three of us, and the other thing that I looked into was, we wanna do the, two-bay out here, and, you know, like a Butler building for the couple things, the buffalo and the boat, but I also called Mark today at the PD, and I noticed you guys approved the, down payment for his boat. So I said, I would even ask that maybe when we do the plans, we do three-bay Butler building over there, if you would be interested in putting his boat in it, because it'll be a nice boat, you don't wanna leave it outside.
Yeah, that's what we were on the last one.
And he agreed that it would be a great thing if we could do that, if it didn't throw us out of kilter with what we're doing. And I said, at that price, it probably wouldn't at all, you know, it's not a huge building, but be able to put the boat, the buffalo, and whatever I'm putting in that.
3-bay instead of 2.
Yeah, so then the police benefits, you know, the highway will benefit, everybody benefits, getting everything kind of wrapped up. All
Yeah.
said and done, so.
So right now, you just need to use that money to get the plans going, right?
Yeah, you know, in order to get real estimates on that building, he's gotta do the conceptual drawings and send it to the professional estimator.
Mhm.
And that's roughly around 10 grand, which we have.
Okay,
And again, David Lane, who donated the nice money, is more than willing to let me use it towards any design plans, but he wanted the town to have voted it through first, so that then, like, say we had to borrow, say we did have to use some money from stabilization or something for drawings. If it all got passed, we could reimburse it back in from the donation. He's just afraid that if we use the donation money first, and God forbid the town doesn't vote the project through, now we spent his donation money on plans and there's no benefit to his donation.
yeah.
You know what I
but-
mean? That's what he would be afraid of if it didn't pass, when I spoke to him. But he's more than willing to let us use it towards anything at the fire station rebuild, because we're gonna have the bell done in the design.
Mhm.
So he's still getting his memorial done one way or another, but he just don't wanna put the cart before the horse in case it didn't pass, you know, so.
Yeah.
But right at this point, if, what Jeff's telling me is he would take those estimates from local contractors in these two other buildings. We give them to him, he would take them for free to his professional estimators to confirm they look good.
Yeah,
Now we'll have a figure to go to the town
yeah,
for the rest, and then his included figure for the detailed drawings. So and that's how John Kuchar wanted it done.
yeah, I talked to John.
Yeah, John was in the same sync that
Yeah.
he just feels he's run into issues with not having specifications and drawings done, and it can end up costing town a lot more
Right.
than it's worth.
Yeah,
You know,
so we did do a little due diligence on
Yeah,
the
when
front
I
end.
called Jeff right now, I said, you know, if you can reconfirm, you know, reaffirm any estimates from local contractors on those two, and that's good, and then you give us a figure for a detailed drawing or plans and specifications when the work is getting ready to be done, we can add that into the debt exclusion.
So that money was for the fire,
The new
Building.
fire.
The new
Right.
firehouse, they
Well,
didn't spend it all, the
what-
engineering money,
right,
yeah.
but it
the
was
10, about 10.
specifically for the same purpose. What I'm
Yeah,
saying
but-
is the
yeah.
money's there, and we
Well,
don't
but-
have to go, because we're not changing the
There's an
use of the
article-
money.
We are changing
I'm
the use.
requesting an article to change the verbiage on it, because we borrowed 40,000 for the architect, which is gone. But we voted in 20,000 for the owner's project manager,
Oh,
which
yeah,
was,
yeah.
which was Collier's.
Right,
We didn't use it all.
oh, so
But-
that's what we, okay.
Yeah, so in the special
Yep.
town meeting, if they reword it to use for the architect,
Mm-hmm,
then we're good to go. And he would start drawing tomorrow if it was worded that way, but he can't start it
no,
until we know he's got the money.
right,
So,
because I thought it was architect money.
When is
It's
that- when is
architect
the
money.
special?
It's not, we just
Right.
have to change the intended
May-
use.
yeah, I'm pretty
Fifth
sure if we
sixth.
looked at the article, it would say owner's project manager.
Yeah.
It does, I wrote up an article that changes the intended use from an OPM to an architect.
Okay, so
For
it was
that.
worded for the
Yeah.
OPM?
Yeah.
It was.
And that was brought to my attention by the committee at the time. So when is the special?
May 6th, right
May
before the
6th.
annual.
So if it passes, that article, I'll give Jeff a call, and he's gonna start drawing the conceptuals and getting the estimates for this building.
Yeah.
And then when our local contractors give us the numbers for the other two, which you had been working with, right?
Yep,
They'll give me those numbers, I'll email them to Jeff, and he'll look at those also to see if they're on target with the
Mhm.
professional estimator,
Mhm.
with today's market. And then we'll have a real figure, and he said like anything else, you should go for a little bit extra money no matter what, because you don't have to spend it. You know, when you go to the debt exclusion, make sure it's there, what you need, and then as you do your project and it completes, if you still have any funding there, then it's just not getting borrowed.
Right.
So it's not going against them.
Yep.
And talking to Ann before she left, and again, she thought the timelines are, the more we wait, the worse we're gonna be.
Mhm.
And of course, this whole project, I'm hoping, you know, I think we might get surprised, things are more expensive, obviously, with the COVID and everything that happened, but it's not gonna get any better. So, whatever those numbers come in, they're certainly gonna be a lot less than the new fire station alone was gonna be,
Mhm.
I hope. And, you know what I mean, and we're taking care of all the infrastructure in town. You know, the water's in good shape, sewer's got their funding, you know, so infrastructurally wise, the buildings will be, you know, town departments will be in the best shape they've been in many, many years.
Yeah, all right, so we got an article
Yeah,
going in.
there's an article
Yeah,
to
yeah.
change the intended use.
All right.
So I just wanted you guys' permission to go forward with that, you know, that mode.
Yep,
And,
I got a heating guy coming Friday morning down there. I'm gonna try to get 2 or 3, but it's tough to get guys to come out, even to give you a price.
Hmm.
So I'm meeting with one guy, 9 o'clock, I'm gonna try to set up another guy if I can. And I'm getting a price on the roof down there, a new skin on the roof.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the whole roof new, but they can put this rubber membrane over the top
Yeah.
with insulation. You don't have to change all the metal.
right,
And then Jason has prices on doors. He's just gonna get those to me.
so maybe we can
Overhead
use some of
doors.
those same estimates over here.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
so if we can get at that all together, you know, after this vote and give
Yeah.
time, then we can pick a date to go forward, see if town will approve to go to a debt exclusion.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So we'll have a figure by then. And
Yeah, once we have a figure, then we
We can do it, you
Yep.
know, so.
all right,
So,
sounds good.
I thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, next up, park bill. Is that your bill?
That's my bill.
Yeah, I don't know where to pay it from, or if you want to spend
Um,
from available funds, or.
We don't have available funds, I don't think.
Well, that was it says it on it, it's supposed to come from Green Gold. They promised to pay that,
Yeah,
and they never came through with it, so. But I still did the work.
so why don't we just send a letter to Green Gold first and see if they'll pay the materials charge.
Okay.
John's donating, you're donating the labor, right?
Yep.
Um, So let's draft up a letter for me, I'll sign it, and
Okay.
just asking them if they still intend to pay or not, so then we'll know which way to go with it.
Okay.
You know, make it nice, thank you for your,
You know I can make it nice.
yeah, right, yeah, you're much nicer.
I'm too
than
nice.
Well, it'd be nice to get the bill paid.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Okay, then, yeah, and if they come back and they don't, then I think if we don't have any money anywhere designated for it, put it through the finance committee.
Okay, okay.
Chet's in a generous mood.
Well, is Green Gold paying anything? Are they paying anything?
They've gone back down to 5,000 instead of 10,000. Like every,
Yeah, I gotta,
set up something.
yeah, 'cause I talked to them a few weeks ago, and
Okay.
it was supposed to be 10, and
It's 5 and it's not every week.
yeah, Ralph's.
Sometimes it's every week, but sometimes they'll skip a few weeks, but they don't make up the difference.
He
so.
keeps blaming his bookkeeper. I don't know
Yeah.
how difficult
So
it
maybe
is. but-
people aren't smoking enough dope, they need to go down there and buy some.
Maybe they're smoking too much dope.
Right?
They're not paying forgetting their bills.
I don't know how it goes, I don't do that.
Okay, so, we have a hearing scheduled for 6:15, and I see that it just passed that, so, we will open the hearing for, North Brookfield Farm alcohol license to sell beer and wine. What's off premises?
Like a package store. You can't
Oh,
drink it
for
on
consumption
premise.
off, right?
Yeah, exactly,
Okay,
yeah.
I got you. As opposed to like,
A
like a
restaurant.
restaurant doing it outside like we
Yeah.
did on the common, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Okay, so do we have any supporting, documentation for it?
I have everything here, he filled
The whole
everything out.
packages?
The whole package is here, I double checked it, so,
Al is
Okay.
here too.
yeah.
He's in the back.
Hey. Okay, so it's been advertised.
Yep.
And all the abutters have been notified, so, any abutters? Anybody in opposition?
Most of the abutters were businesses, since it's right there,
Oh,
or property owners. but
okay,
I didn't get any questions in the office, so.
Yep. yep, I don't see any opposition. And this goes to the, Alcohol Beverage Commission?
Yep.
Right?
Yep, and then they do final approval.
Did it go to them first and then
Yeah,
come back to
yeah,
us?
Yeah, he filled out the application, he had to pay, he's got all of that here.
Yeah.
And then, once we approve it, it all gets sent in, and then they do final approval.
Okay.
And he has other package stores too, so. no other-
Oh, yeah, he's a known quantity, we.
Yeah, I have one in Spencer too, and I used to own one right
Right,
across the street,
right.
so.
Now how that's gonna impact, the other one, what are you selling?
It's going to be, beer and wine only, it's not going to be a full liquor.
Okay,
I know at one point there was 4 in town. There was one right through the town offices right now.
mm-hmm,
And Hannaford used to carry also
Yeah.
beer and wine.
That's
There was
true.
one back there, Bob's Deli.
Yeah.
And the one that's right on Main Street right now.
yeah,
Because of circumstances, there's only 2 now, it's more competition, it's better for the consumer. And I'm trying to have like a one-stop shop thing.
mm-hmm,
It's only going to be beer and wine, though, it's not going to be a full liquor.
okay.
Can he get a full liquor if he wanted, or we
No.
don't have any
I
more?
don't think so, because that's the one that's restricted to
By
2
population.
licenses by, 2 per 5,000 residents, I
Is that
think.
it?
So, and we're at 4,500 and we got
Yeah.
our 2, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So there'll be no nips on the back road coming from Al's place, right?
Yeah.
Not from his place.
Not from his, that's what I said, not from his place.
Was
no.
it me? All right, anything else to be said on it? You got
No.
any?
No, I'm good with it.
All right, so, if nobody's in opposition, nobody wants to be heard, do you want to?
Opposition, just a question.
Sure.
We don't have Facebook. Where will this be? It says off premises.
Yes, you can't consume it on premises, you can't consume any of it on
And where
premises.
will it be sold? From what address will it be sold?
The new gas
Down
station,
right where the gas station is,
the new one on Main Street, the new building that's being built?
Okay, it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I guess I assumed that was, not legal. It must be.
Oh, no, I have one in Spencer. I mean, during off hours, all the doors that carry beer and wine, they're locked. It's
Yeah.
only unlocked during legal hours.
Thank you to get informed, thank you.
And he's calling it North Brookfield Farm is the name of his store, so he's including North Brookfield in everything.
yeah. So the application goes to the state's Alcohol Beverage Commission. They make sure everything's legitimate and legal, and they vet him out, and then they send it to us for final approval. So that was the process, so he's at the final approval stage. And if,
That's the one to sign.
all right, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the license.
So moved.
I will second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Did I skip one or no?
No,
No.
I get to move up?
you, he's defaulted his position.
You know, in
All right.
sunny California.
Yeah. All right, so that closes the hearing on that. Sign mass abatement agreement. It's that opioid
Yeah,
thing.
we had, we'll be getting some money from the opioid settlement, and this basically just says that we're gonna use it, you know, according to their rules, but a big chunk of it was that we can give it back to the state for prevention if we wanna donate that money back for rehab, or, I don't know, opioid stuff, so.
We just have to use it according to their
Yeah,
rules for using it.
Mhm.
And we know what they are.
I looked through it, and I think basically what we're gonna do is just give it back to the state, cause they have a fund for, you know, recovering addicts and stuff like that.
Is there anything we can use it for here?
Do they have
Just-
Narcan and stuff here? Is that what this would cover? Do the police have that here?
I can look into that, it may cover that.
I wonder if we've ever had a use for it out here. Never heard that we
I
had to.
don't know.
Yeah.
Expand mobile intervention, treatment, telehealth, recovery services, support evidence-based withdrawal management, make capital expenditures to rehabilitate and expand facilities, treat trauma for individuals with OUD, what's OUD, opioid what?
Use, depends.
Opioid use disorder.
Most of it
well-
seems like pretty extensive programming we'd have to put into place, so, which we don't have the infrastructure to do that, so we can give it back to the state and they'll dispense it.
All right. Yeah, but I don't get it, so if we don't sign it, what, we don't get the money and they keep it anyway? Got the,
I think so. We've already agreed to be part of the settlement, and I think this is just agreeing that we'll use the funds accordingly.
harm reduction. Support efforts to prevent overdose deaths and opioid harm through strategies. Naloxone plus strategy. Well, before we give it back, let's talk to the police chief to
Okay.
see if there's a need to keep it in the emergency people and the
Oh,
fire
yeah,
department. Let's have
absolutely.
a meeting with them before we give it back.
Okay.
Because if they need Narcan or any of these things and it fits, and if not, then,
So this is just saying we'll accept the money from,
yeah, we accept it and agree to use it
From the abatement,
on their
yeah.
terms,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion to accept,
So moved.
and I'll second, all in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Thank you.
So, next up is what?
Sewer.
Sewer, what's the sewer here for? I just have sewer, what's the?
We just wanted to introduce to you and get your acceptance for new employee for the part-time job, the clerk
Okay,
at the sewer department.
so we need to make an appointment of a part-time clerk. Her name, your name?
Jennifer Gagney?
Jennifer Gagney. All right.
Do we appoint or did they hire? How does that?
Well, they're not an enterprise fund, so we have to
Well,
appoint.
they're an enterprise
so-
fund, but they're not an elected.
I'm sorry, an enterprise fund, but not elected, that's right, sorry.
Okay.
So because they're not elected, they can't hire on their own. They recommend to us, technicality, but you guys did you went through an interview process, and this is the candidate that
Yeah,
you
we
chose.
Interviewed her and approval of the superintendent as well, and,
Yeah.
yeah, we're very pleased.
And this is for just the clerk position?
What's that?
It's for just the clerk
Yes,
position?
yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Jennifer Gagny to the clerk's position at the sewer department.
So moved.
I will second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, welcome, thank you.
Thank you.
So,
That was the whole thing, right? Get her in?
Thank you.
all right, so next up is accepting resignation, appointing the interim director, council on aging. So Donna Seguin has submitted a resignation. We have a couple of other documents from them.
I didn't get what happened there until the other day, but they reneged.
Yeah, they flip-flopped a little bit, and, we need to get to the bottom of what's going on over there, but in the meantime, Donna's leaving, and they wanna
Michelle
put,
back in.
Michelle back in as an interim
Yeah.
to keep things going, and they have a plan, so, I'll entertain a motion to accept the resignation. I don't think we have a choice, so.
So moved.
So, motion made and seconded to accept the resignation. All in favor of that? Aye.
Right.
And now they want to appoint, have a go on. They want to appoint Michelle Thayer to be the interim again. She's already done it, and she did a good job, evidently, so.
I think if she didn't have her other job, she would take this one, but she has another
Yeah.
full-time that she,
Well, we appreciate her stepping in as much as she can to keep things moving over there. Otherwise, they'd have to shutter the place for a while. That wouldn't be good either, so. All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept Michelle Thayer as the interim director.
so moved.
I'll second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye. Then we have a resignation from the beach committee.
Yes.
What's that?
That's, do I have it?
You should
Thought I
have
had
it
it.
somewhere.
Thought I
in
saw
that
it in
file.
here.
I don't see nothing.
You do, I gave you,
Was that in this package tonight?
yeah, the one I handed.
Oh. All right. I didn't get into that.
It's Kathy Crivier. This
Pretty
was,
simple, she just said she wants to resign.
she wants to resign, I guess.
From the beach?
Yeah, I guess she's,
Oh, forget
dealing with, East Brookfield's proving to be more difficult than she thought, so she wants to resign. So I'll entertain a motion to accept the resignation from the beach committee.
So moved.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
How many do we have left on that? Anybody?
One.
Who's,
Michelle there,
Michelle is,
she's the only member of the beach committee right now.
she's tough.
Has she been going to the meetings, do you know? Do we have any
I
info?
don't know, I'm not sure.
Mm.
I don't think there have been any meetings. Kathy did say that they called her to say that they were starting meetings back up over at the East Brookfield, but she's done, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I know she didn't like having to go to somebody's house. She thought they should have a public accessible place, but.
Well, that makes sense, but
Yeah,
it was tough for her to get in and out of the house.
I agree. All right, what else do we got? Anything else?
Just the annual town election announcement, and then, the letter from the water department. Oh, wait, sorry, in this, Pioneer Valley contract amendment, they're adding money to the house, so we just need to accept that. I forgot that one last minute.
So they need to add money, additional items added by the owner, so they need to add. What are they adding? Oh, it looks like, base project amount was 16, they're adding 26 and then 27 for two different things. And that's all grant money, right? That's just them spending out of the grant. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the additional work.
So moved.
Motion made, I'll second, so, all in favor?
All right. And that's that ongoing repair work
Yes,
for those houses there.
yep.
All right, public comment period, anybody?
I've never
had I been here last meeting, I wouldn't be asking this tonight, but I understand we're buying a boat.
We are raising money to buy a boat. It's all donation money.
And that's gonna become part of the police
Inventory.
department?
Yep.
Will they need manning, will they need money to maintain it, et cetera, fuel, so forth? What's that gonna do to me financially?
To you?
Well, I bleed every year, so when I say me, I'm talking about the town.
I don't know, but we have a harbor master and we have water to patrol, so we need to give them the equipment to patrol it, so, and we had a boat. So it comes out of their operational budget. I don't know that they're adding it. It was part of their budget before, so.
Well, the 20,000 in the hole as of today for next year.
Who is?
Police.
Yeah. Well, we all know that's because they added $300,000 to the school budget.
No.
And we cut.
The police budget is 20,000 short right now. Now, the school's a different issue.
No, it's not a different issue because they're short because they had to cut
Okay.
2% of their budget, right?
Yeah,
Because.
last year, they cut it, everybody cut.
Right, because the school got $300,000 that they weren't supposed to get. And the people at town meeting voted for them to get $300,000 that we didn't have. So we had to take it back.
Right.
Everybody took a 2% cut,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So the school got 5% and gave back 2%, so they're 3% to the good,
Yep.
and everybody else gets cut
Minus
2%.
Yeah.
And so the school got an extra $150,000 that we knew we didn't have in the first place.
Okay.
And every department here is taking a 2% cut, which isn't gonna equal the $150,000 that the school got. So we're in the hole,
Yes.
big time, because the money went to the school.
Okay.
So,
We-
I get it. But-
You are okay with the finances adding the vote?
Well, we haven't added the boat yet, because we're in the process of getting donation money.
Okay.
And I think we had enough for the down payment, which was $1,500,
Okay,
out of a $30,000
okay.
nut. So it's gonna be a while before we see a boat in this town, Chet, so.
Didn't they used to run the boat, the man hours and everything through grant money or some kind of funding through the,
There was a community policing grant that East Brookfield and North Brookfield used to go in together, and that's where the funding for the boat came out of, like, the
Originally.
hours and the fuel and all that stuff, because it was a community lake, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 towns, it was like a regional thing.
so how do we get the North Brookfield and East Brookfield police departments together to go for that grant again, so it doesn't come out of
I don't know
Chet's
that
pocket?
grant is still available. This was back over 10 years ago, but, I mean, they could look into it and see what grants are available for community policing. And I know, the Lake Association used to help cover costs of stuff like that too, so they
Yeah,
could
and
reach
that
out
might
to
be.
the Lake
Because-
Raceway.
In all honesty, we're not going to put patrols out there to patrol the lake.
Okay.
It's going to be an emergency use, you know, because Ryan's the harbor master, right?
Yep.
And he's also the dive master, so, and it's for rescue operations predominantly, for us to get out there. Yeah, you may see a patrol on, like, at the 4th of July if they're
Sure,
doing it in the
right,
summer,
right.
but it's not gonna be like every weekend we're gonna be running a boat patrol type of thing, so.
And he's already on our payroll.
Right,
Lieutenant
yeah.
Daly, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
So that should not be an additional cost there.
No, it wouldn't be, and, you know, to the extent that grants are available for that, we'll have them look at, so you might see a patrol out there if they get a grant to fund a patrol.
Okay.
But it's gonna be a while before
Okay,
it's funded enough to actually purchase it.
all right.
Unless there's a business that wants to step up and fund it.
So we need
You
to
know.
get the police departments in both towns and the beach committee
Yep,
to pool their resources and
Sure.
fundraise for this
Yeah.
thing.
of course.
You know, not just the North Brookfield
Yeah.
residents, because half of the lake is in East Brookfield.
Mhm.
And we're not gonna just patrol this side. It's
So
gonna
you
go all,
better control it all.
it's gonna
Yeah.
go, right, it's gonna go all around, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a work in progress, but,
Okay.
your point's taken, it does cost money, in addition to just the funding vote, so.
Okay.
Anybody else? Comments, questions, concerns? Going once? All right, so on to announcements. We have a couple of announcements. Town elections, Monday, May 2nd. Will be followed by the annual town meeting on Friday, May 6th. Everything else is pretty much closed. Withdrawal. Last day to register is today.
Today until 8 p.m. at the
Until
town
8 p.m.
clerk's office.
So, gotta hurry, got a couple hours.
Is Jen down there?
She is,
today?
yes.
So the polling, again, North Brookfield Senior Center, 29 Forest Street. The poll hours would be 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., again, Monday, May 2nd. So the positions you'll be voting for are Selectmen, a 3-year seat. It's, my seat's up and I'm on the ballot, as is Elizabeth Brooke Canada. Moderator for 3 years is Jim Caldwell, and he's unopposed. The town clerk's position, that's a 3-year term. Tara Hayes, who's in the seat now, and Caitlin Gaines are the 2 candidates you can choose from in that seat. School committee for 3 years, Christopher Hickman is seeking re-election, and Tashina Holmes has taken out papers. I believe she's on the ballot, right? Yep. So you had 2 choices for that seat. School committee for a year, Matt Grant is seeking re-election, and he's currently unopposed. Water commissioner, 3 years, Chris Caputo, and he is unopposed. The assessor for 3 years, Sheila Buzzell. Isn't she tenured by now? I don't even think she needs to run.
Isn't it like 30 years or
Yeah.
something?
Don't even run. Board of Health for 3 years. We have 2 choices, Jillian Phillips and Joanne Carey. Cemetery Commission for 3 years, Jason Petritis, and he's unopposed for that seat. Library trustees, there's 2 to choose and 3 running. Margaret Bodine, David Marr, and Joanne Carey. So you pick 2 out of those 3. Planning board is write-in. You're running for that in a write-in, right?
Yep.
Brandon Avery, so remember that name when you go into the polling. Playground committee for 3 years. There's 1 position, and Lisa, is it Cunha? And
But she's running
Oh,
for one for
the-
3 years.
Tina withdrew.
yeah, she withdrew, so there's only 1, it's unopposed. Then there's a school committee for 2 years,
Playground
Sal,
committee.
huh?
Playground committee for 2 years.
What did I say?
It's school.
School,
Sorry.
playground committee, thank you, no, gotta be correct on it. Playground committee for 2 years. Sal Bransford is, running unopposed for that, and a 1-year term on the playground committee is Mario Polanco, and he is unopposed. Oh. Constables. You get 3 to choose from, and there are 3 running, so Tim Nason, Dennis Trella, and Mike Spillane, so that should be an easy one. Okay, what else we got? Town Water Department flushing mains throughout the town beginning Monday, April 18th through Friday, April 29th. The purpose of the flushing is to remove sediment buildup in the mains, and the flushing may result in temporary discoloration of the water caused by small particles dislodged during the flushing. The discoloration might stain your laundry, especially white materials. So I would say be extra careful, right? I don't know how you avoid that, right? I mean,
They post the schedule on their Facebook page, so you can not do laundry when you know your area.
Not do your
okay,
whites.
so refrain from the whites.
Don't do your whites.
Um, So the flushing is going to be performed between 7:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m., and they will post the area that they're flushing on their Facebook page. So watch the Facebook page to know when they're going to be doing the hydrants in your area. And you can always call them to get additional information. The water department is 508-867-0207. All right. Is there anything else we got?
Just executive session.
Which the ARPA thing, they working on that stuff?
Yeah, they just, I figured we'd vote on it next week if you guys approve it, but I
Okay.
wanted you to have the information to review, and then it'll be on the agenda for next week.
For next week, okay.
Perfect. All right, so we have an executive session scheduled, so I will entertain a motion to enter executive session.
Quick couple, just point out a couple of things coming up. You mentioned earlier, but I think we're gonna hammer that.
Okay.
May Fest was is April 30th, the library is sponsoring it, and the same day is the townwide cleanup in the morning.
Yep.
It's April 30th.
Yep, thank you. Yep, April 30th, out on the church lawn there is it used to be May Day, but it's
Yeah.
April 30th this year. You know, they would sell flowers, and there was some local farmers market type of thing, and
Plant swap and
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, so it's an interesting day to come walk around the common, and the Friends of the Townhouse have asked for permission to open the townhouse for tours. So you could sign up for a tour of the townhouse on that day. Pretty sure they're going to do that, so.
And who's gonna, what site or what information, how, you said it's gonna be in the town hall in Wells?
It's usually the library website is,
The library website, so it's
yeah.
North Brookfield Library?
Yeah, the library, because they're the one that sponsor it. It's, and we'll put something on the electric sign.
I put something on the sign for the date, and then the townhouse, their website is, I believe, nbtownhouse.org.
But there's links from the town website to the library and the townhouse and some others.
So if you go to northbrookfield.net,
Yeah, no, I-
everything kinda, you can find everything from there. If you go to community, the library's in there, and I think the Friends of the Townhouse are in there too.
Okay.
Maybe we get Green Road to bring some plants and flowers.
Sell it.
Now we're gonna need,
We get the
now we're
money.
gonna need a detail down there, right? Before we go in, I just want, a second.
Oh, sure.
I don't know if anybody's paid attention, but the playground on Grove Street, I'm redoing the ball field, the softball field, with new, stone dust on the infield, the baselines, and pitcher's mound and home plate. If you go and look at it, it's about half done. Hopefully, we can get good weather Saturday. My wife said I can't work Sunday. I don't know why, but the next weekend we'll try to finish it up. I think there's something to do with ham on Sunday. But I've got my rail trail crew helping me out. Brandon's been down there every day shoveling that I've been there. And I got a bunch of guys from the rail trail crew along with Tina and Sal and Joe on the playground committee. We're trying to get that thing done within the next couple of weeks. I can only work on the weekends, bring my equipment down there. But everybody seems to be, the kids and everything that go by there all can't wait to get to play softball or wiffle over there, so. We went to a budding town here, and we took dimension of their fields and everything. Tina and I went over and we made diagrams, and it's pretty much gonna mirror the one in Brookfield, which is a softball
Oh, okay.
field.
Perfect.
So, that was it. Thank you.
There's one actually.
Awesome. All right, so we'll, entertain a motion to enter executive session for contract negotiations.
Saying that I changed
So moved.
your-
We'll only re-enter open session to adjourn.
John Tripp, yes.
Dale Kiley, yes. Good night, everybody, thanks.